the question of the day is, can Windows 8 save the personal computer world in terms of making money for its company at the great company at Microsoft? As we all know that Microsoft does this thing with new computer. Well, actually, they put their applications into new computers, and basically, their newest creation is Windows 8. They announced that with the world of Facebook and Twitter and all these new marketplaces coming out with new websites and new technology, Microsoft decided that, you know what, we are going to build Windows 8. Now, Windows 8 is a problem because it's a very controversial problem, because as we all know, I like Windows, and I like that they add new stuff on there. Like, they added, for Windows 7 anyway, they added the Windows DVD maker, which I love that, and I love that you can make movies on there. I also love that they added, new features to the Windows 7 where you get to look at the weather in a nice, clear, crisp way. And, there are a lot of interesting tools that they added on here. But let's be real. I mean, do we need a Windows 8? Can they save the personal computer? Microsoft is going to force us to buy into Windows anyway. I don't really think you can get rid of Windows 8, because no matter any new computer you buy, let's say you buy a computer tomorrow, right? Regardless, Windows 8 will be automatically added to the program. A lot of people act like, well, you know what, well, we don't need Windows 8. Windows 8 is going to be added to a personal computer anyway. Now, laptops are a little different, because this is where Apple comes in. Apple comes in and says, you know what, we made your computer experience 500 times better than Microsoft. And it is true. They have made their laptops and phones so brilliant that, you know what, Steve Jobs' company has made billions. I'm talking about in the double-digit numbers. Now, Microsoft is trying to cash into that world and see if they can make something interesting. All they keep creating is an upgraded version of Windows 7. Okay, so you created Windows 8. Why do people want to buy into it? This is what they're moaning and groaning about. It's like, okay, well, why Windows 8? If you look at the new program for Windows 8, they got like big blocks of lettering that, like if you look at the screen, like the date and the day, the date, and the year covers the whole screen. And it looks like this, like it's very like box area. Like, what I mean is, like, when you turn on the screen, you just see big boxes of everything. It like covers the entire screen, and the wording and the colors look kind of funny. It's almost like they're, I guess, they might be in the experimental phase. I honestly like Windows 7 better. I like their technology for Windows 7. Windows 8, they're trying to be different, and they're trying to make the computer experience interesting. But something, after a while you say to yourself, okay, Windows 8, then next year it's Windows 9, then Windows 10. I mean, how many Windows are you planning on putting out there for Microsoft? I mean, I know that Bill Gates don't really have, well, I don't know if he has full control or say in that, because I know he's not really CEO of the company anymore. But I mean, come on. I mean, whoever is running that company, Windows 8 is not going to work. You know what it is with Windows 8? It's just the way it's designed. It's very funny looking, and believe me, if you type in Windows 8 on YouTube, you'll see what I'm talking about. It doesn't appeal to it. Like, just the imagery itself does not appeal to people at all. So, if you buy a new computer, like if I was to buy my daughter a new computer tomorrow, it would still be the same type of technology where basically, the Windows 8 will be added right onto her computer. So it's not like we don't have a choice to get rid of it, because anytime you buy like one of these Hewlett Packard computers or one of those cheap like Walmart computers, they need the programs for Windows because that way, it keeps people up to date. And I don't have a problem with a computer becoming up to date. The problem I have is just the way it looks. It just doesn't appeal to people. Because I noticed that they had two videos on here. When they first introduced Windows, people were like, oh my god, 5-6 million people looked at it. Then it dropped to about 25,000 people after the second video came out. And why did it drop so low? It was just because I think people saw it and they said, okay, so Windows, we got a new Windows, so what? And what's the big deal? When you got customers talking like that, and when you got customers in the store, because as a company, if you're working for Microsoft, they want the customers to come in and buy into their product. But you're not going to get people to buy into that if if you've got this program looking the way it does. And believe me, when you see it, it doesn't look all that interesting. It just looks like they just botched it all together, and then it looks very clustered. It doesn't look like they really put any effort on it. So I don't really like the new I personally wouldn't buy into Windows 8. I would just probably stick with Windows 7 because I wouldn't just change it to something new unless I totally know what I'm getting. Because you got a lot of stuff for Windows 7. Suppose you get a new program, you lose everything. You don't know if you're going to have Windows Maker. I mean, you got to be careful what you're getting rid of. So before people start buying into Windows 8, find out what's on it. Find out if it matches your computer, if it can handle the capability. But for the most part, I'm going to give it a thumbs down on Windows 8. If Windows 8, they force me to buy into it if I get a new computer, hey, whatever. Then I can't do anything about it. The only thing I can do is probably delete it and then get Windows 7 again. But something, a lot of people are talking about Windows 8, and I don't see them cashing in with Steve Jobs and his Apple, iPad, iPod world just dominating the market. So, Microsoft, keep working on it, and remember, use your mind, it's your best weapon. But I'm not feeling Windows 8. It looks, to tell you the truth, it sucks like ass. So save your money, wait for Windows 8 to upgrade a little better than what it looks.